Kim, baby, I don't know what to tell you. You call yourself trying to be cute and creative by going over there with Dearra. Baby, had you stayed with Barbie, maybe you wouldn't have been in this situation, girl.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, gonna swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you. On you. Put you on my face, so shawty, gonna swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
Clock that tea.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
Marcus, I gave your number to Shay and she gonna call you because she needs some help with her relationship.
Where they do that at? My not talking to them. He barely sitting in the room with me while I'm talking to Amada.
Stop me right now. It's that right up here. Okay.
That is no.
Let me see what I'm about to.
No. Why I keep putting her in these tight ass dresses meant for Biggie? No.
Hey, I know the bar's not going to be completely ready. We don't have the sinks. We don't have the dishwashers. We don't even have the freaking liquor.
Girl, so what the do y'all have? Do y'all have a bathroom? Because at this point, it's giving porta potty.
Make sure they have the gloves on when messing with this ice right here.
Right. Make sure y'all got some gloves on because y'all sure as hell ain't got no running water to clean your fucking hands.
Please welcome Mayor Shokwe Lumumba.
Girl, who? His light skin is not named that. Wait, oh, what? Uncle Clifford, what is going on? Why is Mike Epps back there? What is going on?
Seal of the city of Jackson, signed Shokwe Lumumba.
Yes.
Not Shokwe. It's giving DJ Envy.
Walking in manifestation, and I'm.
Excuse me. Who the is that? Seriously, who is? Why he look like Jussie Smollett now?
I overhear Dolly, Emma, and Summer in the kitchen
Dolly
screaming. What did you?
Why'd she say her name like that? Dolly? Why'd she say her name like that? Dolly?
You look amazing. You look amazing.
And you look stiff.
One could say I'm bringing the old West to 2024. I mean,
no, baby, you just bringing the old. That's it.
Western style.
Now, y'all ladies hungry or what?
All right.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Let's go. Come on, the girls are calling, Contessa. Everybody is good.
Contessa look like a Las Vegas hooker.
Angel graduated 4.2. Adora graduated 3.9.
Not one twin dumber than the other. Look, I graduated with a 1.5.
Where were you? Who were you even talking to?
Everybody that was not you, apparently.
Oh, absolutely not. Girl, you better smack the gay out of him.
I think you counted out. Okay.
Oh, damn.
What do you do?
I'm a software engineer, but that's not important.
No, I love computers.
But can we stop playing? Ashley ain't dating no. Let's cut it out. Can we go find her an Asher, a Jacob? Go find her a cow.
That there was a scout there, all right, that came up to me and said they connected me with.
Girl, come on. You pissing me off. And I have an opportunity because I, with my gay ass, was just standing there in the corner, and I happened to walk by, and I said, "Oh, what am I going to drink?" But we're in Mexico, so of course it's going to be tequila. Like, girl.
Would anybody on here want to? It was good. When I shut the
Not you, girl. Not you.
Every night of the week, you're dead. I spent your daughter, bitch. This is a battle rap.
Y'all know y'all on TV, right? Like, there's cameras around in production, and everybody probably in the background sitting there whacking off.
What is going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Chi, and we're back for another Let's Talk About It. Because, girl, we got to talk about it since everybody else is on the blogs. Okay, earlier today I saw this tweet, and it basically says something to the effect of like, there's this girl on TikTok doing a whole story time about D and look, I don't even know their names. Doing a whole story time about Ken and Dearra and whatnot, and I ain't really care.
But then when I saw it on the blogs, I was like, okay, well, maybe this is something that the girls want to talk about. And then when I went to the actual TikTok, I was like, oh, a lot of people care about this. I still don't. I never really followed these people, but I do want to get into the tea just a little bit. Just a little piece, okay? Shout out to Jamie, that's me. So that's exactly what we about to do, okay? After y'all go ahead and like the video, we're going to get into the whole full breakdown because there's several parts going on, and then, you know, the actual lawsuit papers or whatever. Girl, this is messy. Very messy.
The universe is P double T to the Y, and it won't stop till I wake up and realize that I am the 1, 2, 3. I am the bitch that these other niggas need. How you gonna escape when I am the key? That's why everywhere I go, they say following me like damn. Get back on track, look at who I am. Every day is numbered in this lifespan. Look in the mirror, tell myself again. Self-love and happiness is all about a God's plan. I wanna be happy, doing what I please, trying to do what I need, whatever it takes to be free. I wanna be happy.
Against Ken last night, y'all. Hold on. I know I cannot be the only one who's wanted to really know what happened between Dearra filed a lawsuit against Ken last night, y'all. Hold on. I know I cannot be the only one who's wanted to really know what happened between Dearra and Ken, and we never knew, but bitch, we know today. Y'all, I just sat through a 48-minute video on this girl's channel called Royalties World, where I read and she read through the entire lawsuit that she filed against Ken on December 31st, 2024, last night. And baby, I took notes, and I'm going to sum it all up for you right here, baby. I have never in life, I have never read some tea so juicy, bitch. We know all the details, and I'm going to share it with you. Grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, sit down, because this is going to get good. This, when I tell y'all, while I was watching this, I was like mouth on the floor. Like, I cannot believe this. This video might be a little long, but trust me, it's worth it. If you a Bambino Kitten and Role Playing fan, baby, you're gonna love this. This lawsuit is public record, so if you want to go look it up for yourself, do so. But I have summed everything up right here. Let's get into it first. So I have a Dearra sues Ken. So we're gonna start from the beginning of the relationship, y'all. Dearra wanted to pursue social media and do that, whatever saying. Ken was working at Home Depot, all right? Dearra created a YouTube channel for Ken and Dearra, DK4L, as we know it. You know what I'm saying? Dearra added, so that was going good. They was doing content, making stuff, whatever it cost may be, and it was going good, right? As we know, DK4L. Dearra added her deals and sponsorship that she was getting on the side, you know, like Fashion Over and things like that, into the DK4L account. They had a joint account, DK4L account. It was an LLC, so they had a joint account, whatever they put all the money into from the YouTube. They was only making money from YouTube, not from like the other social medias, right? Ken was cheating multiple amounts throughout the relationship. So Ken cheated scandals. He was cheating with fans, and all type of other shit like that. Ken was cheating on her.
Listen, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you already know how I feel about that. I don't pity anybody who stays in toxic, effed up situations. Get out of my face with the, oh, it's so hard and all the trauma. Get out of my face with that. It's 2025. It's enough examples out there. It's enough Yelp reviews. It's enough evidence out there. It's enough of everything. If you decide to stay in a toxic situation, you deserve whatever comes next. I'm not about to empathize with you. I'm not about to sit and be a shoulder to cry at the first sight of disrespect or toxicity or you being hurt in any type of way. You need to leave. Why are we still having to say this in 2025? So I'm sorry. I'm not the person. I'm not the girl that's going to give out, you know, the passes and no. Because you would only be able to get the shit on me once. After I found out about that first time, it's a wrap. Have a good bye, y'all. Bye. So that tells me one of two things. Either you stayed because you was dickmatized, probably male identified, pick me shit, whatever you want to call it. Like you stay because you just so in love and oh, we got to make this work, which is what like 98% of people tend to do and need to stop doing. So it's either that or, you know, you want fame and money and success and all of that so bad that it's like, okay, well, even though I'm unhappy, we're now a brand and I can't leave you because then the brand is going to break up. Either way, you're a dumbass for either situation. I'm not calling her a dumbass because I don't know her personally, but as somebody objectively viewing a situation of two adults where one is mistreating the other and the other person decides to stay, yes, in that sense, you would be a dumbass because who signs up to be mistreated? No one. And so when it starts to happen, that's when you need to remove yourself. And if you don't, then I don't know what to call that because it's not intelligent. If you can find a word, let me know.
After, you know, she was like, okay, Ken was cheating. They decided, to reconcile. She forgave him, whatever. They did counseling. Okay, after they did counseling, Ken ended up proposing. They got engaged. And after they got engaged, things really...
And see, boom, there we go. See, it's giving Royce Reed. It's giving Royce Reed. Please go and watch that video. If you listen, hold on, because y'all gonna sit there. Listen, you just sat through a 8-minute intro. You can sit through this. Let me find it. Where's that? Is this it? Hold on. Just 2 more seconds. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up because this story is very much given Royce Reed. So while we are on the subject of Royce Reed and I don't know, idiots, I want y'all, if you have not already done so, please go over to this video and watch it, okay? Because it's quite the listen, it's quite the watch. Very similar situation, not in terms of necessarily the abuse, but in terms of, you know, the damsel in distress. I just have to have a nigga so bad complex, you know, those type of women. It's very similar. You know, you got to have a man so bad, you know, I need a brother on my arm. I got to get married. I got to have the white picket fence. I got to, my man. Okay. But we just going to ignore the abuse, mistreatment. Yeah. And then later on, we're going to come out and talk about it and then want some sort of sympathy. No, that's not how it works over here. Okay. So, at the first sign of mistreatment, that's when you need to leave. Okay, that's when you need to leave. But no, we don't do that because we make up stories as to why we need to stay. And of course we're going to make up stories or tell ourselves stories because every time we look at other situations where we see people be mistreated, what's the first thing people say? Oh, well, you know, an abuse victim is always going to go back. You know, that's not everybody's story. And I do feel like a lot of people do look at stuff like that and romanticize or empathize a little too closely and try to make that fit their situation when it's not really that. Sometimes you're just dealing with a dusty degenerate that can't keep his dick in his pants. Okay, because society, they program and condition, you know, boys and men to grow up a certain way, and you know, they fall right into the trap, and we already live in a patriarchy and this, that, and the third. And so you know, sometimes it's just simply you being foolish for a man. And I don't know what else to call that when a person has cheated on you multiple times and then you go and get engaged. So not only do you now get proposed to, I mean, unless you're doing a proposing, because girls do that nowadays, I guess. But y'all decide to get into this arrangement, you know, deciding, okay, we want to legally now bind ourselves legally, even more than just YouTube business. Okay. We want to legally bind ourselves to each other for the rest of our lives. Okay. I don't understand his logic and his mindset, but this is what's out there. This seems to be the common logic and common mindset, you know?
Really blew up even more for them. So to think that she was getting cheated on multiple times before they even got engaged is crazy. But that's not what this is. This is just strictly me giving y'all the tea. All right. Ken cheated. Okay. Ken cheated publicly, aka the viral video of him rubbing that girl's butt. He was rubbing that girl's butt, and that was kind of like one of the last straws for the year. Seeing that online, it was public. It was embarrassing for her to be publicly humiliated like that, whatever.
Now, let's go ahead and go to the video actually in question, because I literally just bookmarked it. We at 2:15. Okay, this was it right here. And I feel like he tried to lie and say it was somebody else or something.
Compose that?
He's what up, bitch?
Is that live?
Yes, this is live. Hey, rubbing on her ass.
And this is November 12th, 2020. At this moment, Ken people knew he fucked up. I don't know. Because I want to say some stuff. Like, I don't know. Because it's like, as a commentator, obviously, without these people, like, I wouldn't have a business if these people ain't put us in their business. Okay. You know, so without these people's business, it's hard to have a business. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just hate that people be so in the business and so invested. Like, why are we recording people and putting it online? I told y'all, I don't even like when people like record TikToks, like that whole, I fell in love with somebody who doesn't even know my name. I don't even like that trend of recording a random person that you think is cute, but instead of going up to them and talking to them, you record them to put it online. So go ahead and force social media to track them down and force them into a conversation. I don't like none of that. Like, bring back privacy. But I mean, I guess the same can be said, you know, like on the flip side, like, girl, you know, you in a public relationship, so these fans get crazy. And then we talking about YouTube fans
videos because he wasn't agreeing with making videos with her. So Ken getting the views and still making Dearra's doing solo content on their joint page, whatever, and Ken's unhappy about it because Dearra's doing the content and still getting the views and still making money for the both of them, though, right? Because it's a joint account, whatever the cause may be. So Ken doesn't like that she's still getting money, and he's like, she's still getting money, but it's his fault that he's not in the videos too, because he didn't want to be in the videos because he wasn't agreeing with making videos with her. So Ken refuses to make content, and Kim was getting jealous of Dearra, of her, you know, making content without him, although they were still together. on their joint channel, whatever. May 2021, Ken gets caught cheating while Dearra is doing business out on business trip. Again, this was after the viral video, and this is when Ken was on live talking about girls' butts or whatnot. So after he gets caught again on live talking to girls, Ken asks Dearra to stay with him and blames the media for trying to twist it and turn it into what it was not, when exactly what it was. So May 2021, Ken and Dearra break up. They split. Ken moved out and let Dearra keep everything and got his own place in his own car, whatever the cause may be, and did not want to help Dearra move out and nothing like that, whatever the case may be. Ken tries collecting money from Dearra's personal deals. At this point, they broke up and they were still sharing the account. So now I have Ken tries collecting money from Dearra's personal deals, aka stealing. He was trying to steal from her in their joint account from her deals. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, they reach out to a lawyer.
Okay, because here's where it gets messy.
He's not in the videos too because he didn't want to be in the videos because he wasn't agreeing with making videos with her. So
Oh, child, not my Chinese food here. Hold on. Girl, not it being a whole hour later. Yeah. Listen, I digested Chinese food and it went right through me. Girl, was anything ever delivered? That's the question. But let's get back into it. TMI.
So Kim refuses to make content, and Kim was getting jealous of Dearra, of her making content without him, although they were still together, on their joint channel, whatever. May 2021, Kim gets caught cheating while Dearra is doing business out on business trip. Again, this was after the viral video, and this is when Kim was on live talking about girls' butts or whatnot. So after he gets caught again on live talking to girls, Ken asks Dearra to stay with him and blames the media for trying to twist it and turn it into what it was not, when exactly what it was. So May 2021, Ken and Dearra break up. They split. Ken moved out and let Dearra keep everything and got his own place in his own car, whatever the cause may be, and did not want to help Dearra move out and nothing like that, whatever the case may be. Ken tries collecting money from Dearra's personal deals. At this point, they broke up and they were still sharing the account. So now I have Ken tries collecting money from Dearra's personal deals, aka stealing. He was trying to steal from her in their joint account from her deals. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, they reach out to a lawyer. Dearra no longer wanted to be in business partners because they, you know what I'm saying? So they reached out to a lawyer because they could not agree. Got an attorney to split money. Dearra would finish paying for Tesla. They had a Tesla together. Dearra would finish paying for it and after split $40K down the middle from the bank return. So the money, the liability money from the loan back from the bank, they would get 40 grand back. Dearra was going to finish paying off the Tesla, and then once the 40 grand came back from the bank, they would split it 20K and 20K, right? Mind you, the Tesla's in Ken's name at this time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Because I'm not going to hold you. I started getting bored after she told me how much of a bird. Listen, I'm not giving disclaimers in 2025. I'm not. Listen, if you're new to this channel, you can think of whatever you want to think. But anybody that stays with somebody that's cheating on them, you're a bird. You're a bird. And I just lost all interest. Because what are we even talking about? Sometimes we got to start back at the beginning. We got to start at the beginning. How did we get here? Let's take a look at the beginning. Let's take a look at where we went wrong. Because I get that we live in a patriarchy and a lot of niggas ain't shit and y'all want to blame every single thing on niggas. And that's totally fine. Go ahead. But why you dogpiling? Why you in the middle of doing that? Also do some self-reflecting and wonder, how did I get here? And how can I assure that I never end up back here? Because we need to start breaking the cycle. Because what do you mean that you got cheated on? You stayed to then get cheated on multiple times. To then he proposes and then you accept? So I don't care about anything else that happens after, because if a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. He showed you that you were of no value to him, that he didn't care for you like that, that he was willing to disrespect you. So what are we even talking about with the rest of the story? But of course, if you go online and you go through the comments, everybody is like, oh my God, poor her and fuck him. And y'all not tired? Y'all not tired? And it's not me throwing on a cape to protect Ken. No, it's me saying and listening to all of these stories, whether it's Dearra or whether it's Royce Reed or whether it's add in example of woman in 2024 here, because every other week it's the same story that goes viral on Twitter or TikTok. Did we not start off 2024 talking about who the did I marry? Where the girl did a whole 80-part series listing multiple red flags. I'm tired. I need y'all to be too.
So They agreed also with this attorney to leave the YouTube active and split the money that accumulates from the YouTube channel that they make together. So, because everybody loved DK4L, we were still going to watch them or whatever the cause may be, right? So they agreed to split the money. And they agreed to split the DK4L account. The money in the DK4L account, they agreed to split it with $220,000, $250,000 to Ken, and $250,000 going to Dearra because she made a little bit more money because of those deals and sponsorships, whatever. She was getting a little bit more. And they agreed to leave $80K in the account, the joint account, for staff and liabilities and bills or whatever the case may be, right? And along with that, they each kept their retirement accounts with $70K each. So that means that Ken was leaving this relationship with $310,000, over over $250,000. But in reality, it wasn't the $20K yet because they did not get that return from the bank yet. So it wasn't that $20K that he was supposed to get from the bank too. So he was leaving with $390. So he was leaving with $290,000. Kim was leaving with that much. Yeah. So at this point, they're broke up. November 23rd, 2022. Dearra checked the joint account, the DK4L account, for bills and whatnot. Ken was sending himself lump sums of money. Stealing! The account was almost empty. AKA, Ken was violating the agreement that they had with the attorney. And he blamed medical bills. Said he would pay it back. Ken said he would pay it back. Ken steals for over a year. At this point, Ken was still...
Because I want to say, I don't know what that old saying is. If you lie, you'll cheat. If you cheat, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll kill. But I mean, I think we need to start looking at relationships as like a classroom, right? Because the new thing now also seems to be like, people think that just by saying, oh, I'm going to decenter men, that just clears up everything. No, because the problem, and oh my God, here's the problem that I have. My take is always going to come from a place of accountability. Because when you place everything on another person, it allows you to then go through the same thing with someone else. And so while I understand a lot of niggas ain't shit, this is a situation like many other situations where it's like, you can blame the man, that's fine. But what can happen is you can turn around and end up with that same prototype. And then what happens when that man becomes a woman? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what happens when you decide to be in a lesbian relationship and now you're going through the same shit? But because you just took the easy route out and just released everything on, oh, well, it's niggas ain't shit. You didn't learn anything. So that's always where I'm coming from. Like, yes, niggas ain't shit in this patriarchy. Cool. But everybody goes through life lessons and it's going to look different for everybody. But you're going to keep going through the same test and failing the same test until you show the universe that you've passed it. And then they will send in more tests to then go ahead and test you to really make sure like you're where you're supposed to be and you're vibing high and aligning high. And so I don't know. I guess like the older I get, I just really get frustrated with these stories because it's just like, it's the same thing over and over and over. Just swap out the characters that we're talking about. But it's just like people are going through the same thing. And like I said, now in 2025, everybody loves to be like, oh, let's just decenter men. And it's like, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But it's not just about that. And it may not even be about that specifically for you, unless you're somebody who's extremely male identified, whatever, a pick me, whatever. It really just may be about you learning stronger boundaries. Okay, because it might be your boyfriend in this situation, but then you turn around and go to your job, it's your boss. You turn around and go home, it's your parents. You turn around and go out to the club, it's the bouncers at the door. It's your social group. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like nobody is really doing the work. Everybody's just having conversations, and it's constantly conversations about the conversation, but nobody's actually like taking that work home and doing the homework and like applying it to their life. I don't feel like I feel like with everything, whether it's mental health or decentrament, like everybody's just having a conversation, but nobody's literally doing the fucking work. It's evident. But as far as that nigga stealing, like I would have at that point that I noticed that you stealing, we gotta call the cops. We gotta figure this out. But you also have to understand, like, because she's saying stealing, but yes, by law that's what it is. But we also have to be honest, given the nature of their relationship and how close they were, you might not view it as that. You know what I'm saying? Like you might like let's not sit and be dense and act like we've never taken advantage or people have never taken advantage of us or try to get over like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same as like a stranger on the street going into her account. Think of it like you move out of your parents' house and whenever you come over to visit, you know that your mother likes to stock up in like toiletries. So you grab a couple paper towels, you know, you get a couple paper plates, couple forks, you know, that's you a trip from going to the Dollar Tree. Technically, that's stealing, right? But it's not looked at that way because that's the relationship that you have with them. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like, and this is not me caping for him, I don't know these two people, but it sounds like to me two people was in a relationship and one person was getting over. Like if she found out, she'll understand, or maybe she'll have a heart. You know, again, these are not strangers. So that needs to be taken into account because I don't want the impression to be like, oh, he's some thug, he's some criminal, because even if like take away the amount, because people will hear $32 and then be like, you know, that's different from 32,000. We don't have any money. That might be chump change and pocket change. It's the act itself, but given a relationship.
For over a year, y'all. Not only was he stealing for over a year from the joint account, right? With mind you, the channel was still up, right? Ken got the 40K back from that loan from the bank, and he did not give Dearra her 20K that they agreed to split. He kept the entire 40K.
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds very much like somebody being petty. It sounds like a bad breakup, somebody being petty. He could have most definitely been in the wrong as far as like the breakup, but it sounds like a petty breakup, somebody being done wrong. Listen, it happens. It happens. I think because of, again, the amount of money and their celebrity status, people are going to get sidetracked by the salaciousness of how it sounds and how extravagant it is. But this ain't no different than you and your friend falling out. And then it's just like you telling your boyfriend or your friend, come get your shit, or I'm throwing it out. And then they never come and get their shit. So you throw it out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's no different. No different. But yeah, he was most definitely being petty. Like, probably felt entitled, like, bitch, I'm the one who put us on. The fuck am I paying you for? Like, you ain't want to be with me. With like, probably.
Oh my God, Ken, I did not think, like, this is crazy because literally like a week ago, I was talking about seeing him and his new girl. Off topic, sorry, let me slide this in. And I was talking about how like maybe like he wasn't really a cheater. It was like they were separated and just putting on for the tube. No, he was cheating. That's crazy. That nice little smile.
He wasn't cheating. After the first, I'll be gracious and say after the first 3 times, you know what you signed up for. I'm sorry. You know what your man out there doing. You know what your man, because how is this even possible? Especially when you get to the point where y'all living together and y'all damn near together all that. Like, is he cheating or are y'all just in an open relationship? At that point, you know what I'm saying? Because like at some point you become a participant. I don't care if it's the woman cheating or the man cheating. At the point in which you stay, that means you're okay with it, and you're deciding to do like old black aunties and mamas used to say, like, just let that man cheat in peace. Don't say nothing unless you plan on leaving. And that's what it sounded like happened. She didn't plan on leaving, so she let that man cheat in peace. And if memory serves me correct, because like I said, I don't really follow them like that, but I remember when the whole cheating scandal had popped off, and there was a whole scandal that Dearra was in, apparently dealing with, like, she took her best friend girl or something like that, or like a makeup artist or something like that. So I'm not really sure what happened with that situation, but who's to say that, you know, she wasn't messing with girls at the time, or, you know, messing with another guy.
So after not giving Dearra her 20K that she was supposed to get out of that 40K, Ken tried justifying him keeping the entire 40K back from the bank with that while they were together, Dearra spent more money from the joint account. Okay, now that just happened. Now we are all the way in December of 2022. Dearra hits up attorney because it was getting heated between the two of them, and they made a new agreement. And this new agreement, Ken keeps the $40K that he already stole. He already kept, and he admitted that he already spent it, and he signs the car to Dearra, so Dearra gets to keep the car. And they agreed to delete the YouTube channel because Ken was stealing, and it was only benefiting him because Dearra wasn't taking the money out of that joint account because that was for bills and for their staff and stuff like that, and for liability stuff and taxes and stuff. No, Ken said, I'm gonna just take all the money, right? Because it would only benefit him. So then that's what they deleted the channel. They agreed to split proceeds from real estate 50-50. So now this is when the real estate getting split 50-50. They agreed to split it 50-50. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to fit this all in 10-minute video. This is crazy. So before Ken was agreeing to pay that money back that he was stealing out of the joint account, sending himself lump sums, he had agreed to pay Dearra back, right? This was like they just came to that agreement that he pay it back. So at this point, right, in 2022, Ken failed to honor repaying Dearra for stealing from DK4L account, right? They had limited interactions in 2023. Now we were literally in a whole nother year. Mind you, Dearra's literally let you slide for fucking stealing. Okay, cool. September 2023, Dearra hired multiple accountants and multiple bankers and accountants to manage the account stuff for DK4L, right? They let Dearra and Ken know the tax liability, and Ken ignored them. So after they did all the paperwork, they let Ken know, what he would have to pay for the tax liability, and Dearra and Ken ignored them, leaving Dearra to pay everything by herself, right? That's what he was basically doing, right? They never discussed other socials. It wasn't making money. So the Snapchat or whatever, the YouTube, the Instagram they may have had together, the Facebook they may have get together. They never discussed it because they were never making money from it. So that was just one of the things that they never discussed, right? Dearra reactivated her old Snap. So it was probably under her type of email. Even though it says Dearra and Ken, it was under her email. So she reactivated that. And Ken turned the DK.
Not necessarily. Just because it's under her email don't mean that was her account.
4L Facebook, which people were talking about, into his own personal and seized control of the joint email of DK4L. He changed the passwords and took it over for himself. And
this sound like two people that's petty, messy, didn't get their business right, got all of this money, didn't sit down and adequately have a conversations about all of this because it was more feelings involved than just because all of this could have been fixed with a simple conversation. Look, these are our assets. These is what we have. What do you want? I'm going to take what I want. Point blank in the period. Maybe this is a learning lesson for Dearra or for both of them. Like, y'all don't need to have no joint anything after. It didn't work. Time to split it up. When you get into like a marriage, that's a business. Now, they was doing YouTube business together. Okay, the business is over. Now it's time to split it down the middle. Point blank in the period. Don't need to be no joint nothing after, because now there's feelings of resentment, feelings of anger, feelings of pettiness, all of that. And I don't trust that we can. No, it's not going to work. Let's figure out what's the best way out. Do I need to buy you out or like what? That's how you handle it. That's exactly how you handle it.
Yeah, he was violating the agreement. We're already at 10 minutes, part 2.
Because mind you, this doesn't sound like this sounds like, let's put the love aside. Let's put the male-female aspect of it aside. This sounds like every other business partnership that I've ever seen. Business partnership, marriage, sounds like every other partnership I've ever heard of. Everyone. See, the thing is, which was a podcast that was started under Joe Budden's network that ended up doing a spinoff with Mandy and Bridget Kelly. They broke up earlier this year. And this whole entire year has been nasty for both of them. Nasty. And they fought publicly. Same exact situation. Oh, you took over this. Oh, you took over that. They had a, see, the thing is, Patreon, which Bridget then took, changed the password, kept all the assets, kept all the money, and decided she was going to start her own Patreon off of that same Patreon, using the fans and the money. Same exact situation. So this is what I mean when I say everything isn't always immediately niggas ain't shit and we automatically going to take this out because it's a man involved. No, take your personal feelings out of it. Take that whole I hate men, I hate the page. Take that out of it. Because I just gave you a perfect example. See, the thing is, podcast, this is two women who at one point were cool, and then they had a falling out, personal fallout and business fallout, and it got extremely nasty. Just like how this is getting nasty. So that's an example of what I mean when I say you can go through a situation with a man. That doesn't mean that it's simply because it's a man, because that can then transfer over to your boss, to your coworker, to your friends, to your family. You know, so it's important for everyone on both sides to always be accountable and responsible and look back and review what worked, what didn't, what could I have done better, because it's likely to come up again. Right now, it might be with a boyfriend. Next week, again, you might go through it with a coworker. You might go through it with a bitch at the gas station. But if you didn't learn the lesson that the universe was trying to teach you, because you was just so focused on niggas ain't shit and then we'll be going with it. And then that's how the cycle continues. Because then, especially when you have a peanut gallery behind you, you know, you good, sis. You ain't do nothing wrong. And girl, I went through something similar. And it's just like, again, people having conversations, but no actual growth. No actual growth. Just everybody sitting around trauma bonding over the problem, but no one actually providing or seeking solutions.
Oh my God.
Yo, bro, are you gay?
Right. So let's go ahead and get into the second part.
Dearra found a law. If you love Dearra and Ken and you always want to know what happened with them, stay. Keep. If you love Dearra and Ken and you always want to know what happened with them, stay. Keep watching. Yeah. So Dearra filed a lawsuit against Ken last night, December 31st, 2024, and I read the entire documents and I took notes. This is part 2. If you have not seen part 1, just go ahead and click. I did this comment. So you can click. Go watch part 1. It's 8 minutes long. This is part 2. Bitch. So what we left off was, and this is probably like the juiciest juice that I've ever juiced before. Literally, we started off with Ken seized control over the DK4L email, which should have been shared, and he proceeded to change the joint Facebook into a personal Facebook. And I feel like this was going against the agreement because it was a joint Facebook. Whereas though with the Snapchat with Dearra, that was something that was under her own email. But actually, they never did discuss the social media. So honestly, I feel like it kind of is maybe low-key valid for him to change the what's the name. So we're done with this whole paper. Let's get on to paper number 2. So now we're in 2024, November 2024. Dearra had attorneys reach out to Ken in regards to paying the tax. Like we know in the last video I said where Ken literally was taking all the money out of the $80K that they left in the joint account for things like taxes and staffs and bills and stuff like that. They're supposed to, like, you know, he was taking the money. So, and basically there was nothing left in it. So the attorney reached out to Ken about paying on the taxes that was coming up, and Ken responded with he couldn't afford to pay the taxes. So with that being done, Ken asked Dearra to pay the full taxes, and he agreed to sign a promissory, which is basically, to sum it up, the definition of that is a promissory is basically promising to repay an amount of money, and it's usually done like within payments. Now, Ken, that is so fucking embarrassing, but that's what it was. But then Ken stopped responding. He did not sign that, like he said. He said he told the lawyer, okay, send that over, I'll sign that. He agreed to it, but he never actually signed. Oh, okay. Okay. So after ignoring them, mind you, this is in November 2024, literally just like
No shade, I probably would have done the same. I'm just thinking about if I was, you know, oh my God. Oh, I just read something. Oh, turn on. I don't know. Because we have to view this from the lens of two heated ex-lovers. You know, it takes time. It takes time. Like, you know, when we look at situations and our feelings being involved, we are blinded by shit because, you know, rose-colored glasses or whatever. But like when you look at things objectively, like look at this situation objectively. Two lovers, regardless if it was 3-4 years ago, there's some people that take 25 years to get over it. Look at Evelyn Braxton. She put them Braxton sisters through hell to the point where now the niece is getting online talking about how Gabe was over there allegedly touching her and how the family silenced her and this, that, and the third. And the whole time they made Tamar out to be the scapegoat. Right. Meanwhile, Evelyn Braxton was over there raising motherfucking hell. Okay. Making them sisters stick together, knowing damn well they ain't like each other, but raising hell all over a man, their daddy, who left her 20, 30, 40 years ago. So it's like people hold on to shit. And so just looking at this situation objectively, it's like, I don't know, you know, like if it's me, I'll be like, okay, like I want the most money back, but at the same time, I want to pay. You handle the taxes, you handle the responsibility parts, you handle that. I want my money, but if it means me getting a lesser cut because it means that you're handling the responsibilities, then cool. I'm fine with that. You know, I feel like that would be the smartest thing for someone like me. But you know, people do what they want to do. And this is two lovers scorn, so I believe that it was petty from both sides.
Just last year, Ken then reached out weeks later to Dearra to complain December 2024 about Dearra reinactivating her Snapchat, and the money that she was potentially making from it. Are you serious? Ken, are you serious? Like, are you dead ass serious right now? Now, if you know, you know that Snapchat is a bad.
See, now I would need to know from Ken. I would need to know from Ken. And you can I can automatically tell whoever's doing this story, she's biased towards Dearra. You know, I don't have a dog in this fight at all. If I was Dearra, I would lock him the fuck up. I'm getting my money by any means. That's well, we wouldn't even have been together. Let's start there, because you're not going to cheat on me. But if I was Dearra up to this point, what am I being nice for? That's money. That is money on the table that you are taking away from me, taking out of my pocket. I'm sorry, life is too fickle. Eggs is $15 goddamn dollars. Chipotle $17, $20. Absolutely not. Wages is not going up, but prices and rent and everything else is. And social media is so goddamn fickle. I might be on my ass tomorrow. Run me my motherfucking coin. Run me my coin. So I don't know if it's because his love's still there, that she was, treading her feet and wasn't really applying pressure like she should have been, or if it's just some inner turmoil. Okay. And see, this goes back to, and I have to keep explaining because, sometimes people like to listen what they ask and don't hear everything that I say, and then just will automatically stop. So the man just ain't wrong at all, is he? So the man ain't do nothing wrong. Listen to what I'm saying. There's a lesson here to be learned. Because why are we getting this far? Why has it gotten this far? Dearra, you should have been tried to press charges or something. All of this mediating and this now 2, 3, 4 years. I'm sorry. What? At the first instant of me seeing you, what? Because did this girl not just say, even after he had already took 40,000, Dearra then came back and was like, no, it's okay. Here's the new agreement. Bitch, what? No, here's the new agreement and run me my motherfucking money back. Because again, life is too expensive. Like, did we forget where we come from? Y'all ain't been on YouTube that long to where you forgot what it was like. Well, maybe they grew up upper middle class or some shit. I don't know their life. But what I'm saying is everything can turn in an instant. You can be nice and you can be cordial with somebody and you can not rock the wave, but at the same time, don't be a fool. Don't be a dummy. Don't be taken advantage of. And so this is where accountability and responsibility comes into play, because at what point do we see we're being taken advantage of? Money is going out. Okay. I don't give a damn how much money coming in, bitch. I want every motherfucking red cent accounted for, because I know what it's like to be broken at rock bottom and I'm not trying to go back. So, okay, I don't know if she got too comfortable because it was sponsorship money coming in anyways. And so it was just like, I ain't really going to miss that 40K. No, bitch, I'm going to miss it all. That's actually my best friend. Girl, we in love. That's my husband. Give me my fucking 40K. Fuck is you talking about? So I don't know what it is that it got so far, or if it was the courts dragging it out, possibly. I don't know. But 40K get robbed from me like that, I'm almost getting to the point of KILL. Like, don't play with me. I will raise hell. So I just question why she didn't do that. And I would hope that looking back that she has learned from this. Because again, we can't just blame it on a man, or that's just how it is. An ex, like sometimes there's a bigger reason, and I feel like a lot of times with stories and situations, people rush to try and justify it. And sometimes it's just unexplainable, or sometimes it's bigger than what you might think. Like, even when I used to do story times, like, that's one of the things that would annoy me when I try to explain a situation. And it might be a situation that's serendipitous or something that the universe is trying to teach me. And it would annoy me when people would try and come with a logical answer. And it's like, well, while that sounds good on paper, that's not what this is. And so with this situation, I just hope that she learned from it, because when you don't learn again, that cycle can repeat.
I just seen a video of Clarence from Queen and Clarence saying that he's touched the most amount of money he's ever touched off Snapchat alone. Not including the Queen and Clarence channel. No. Just off Snapchat by himself. He's touched the most amount. that's probably millions. So of course Dearra's probably making money. Now, I did notice on the Snapchat that, you know, it does say Dearra and Ken, but I'm pretty sure that Snapchat was made under Dearra's email, not the joint email for DK4L. So I think that it's actually fine that she reactivated it or whatever. And if I ever do go on Snapchat, I'm not gonna lie, the one thing I do watch is Dearra's Snap. So that's unfortunate for him because I know she gets millions of views on that. That's crazy. All right, next. All right. So 2021 and 2022, Dearra paid state taxes, right? Did not ask him for nothing. He just paid that, you know, even though he should be helping, right? All right, now September of 2024, Dearra paid the IRS $11,000. Right, that was in September 2024. Now she's supposed to be waiting for like obviously Ken to, you know what I'm saying, help pay, which is why she reached out to the attorney and asked about him paying it. You know what I'm saying? And she waited for Ken's promissory. She waited for Ken to sign that paperwork saying that he would pay her back if she paid the full thing so that she could pay the rest, the remaining $11,000 balance on it. But it was never received. Ken never signed it. He never did whatever he was supposed to do. So now this is getting to the end of it. So really, all the juice, really go watch that first video. So then Ken is crying broke and says that he moved back in with his mom.
Aw.
He's basically
Oh, well, you were stealing from that lady, so I mean, karma. See, now is where we drag. Yeah, karma. Like, you stealing from that lady, so... Oh, well, what you doing? Blowing all that money on bitches? On pussy? Because you would think niggas like that would just be... No, a lot of them be paying. But, yeah... What's going on? All that money? See, and that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said that I wish Dearra would have applied more pressure, because just like we can sit and laugh at him and call it his karma, that could have very well been her karma. And people don't be seeing shit like that. Some karma doesn't always come in the form of you getting revenge on a person. Sometimes karma can hit you in a way of you failing a test that the universe set for you. So imagine if he was stealing for years from Dearra and she kept putting it off or giving him chance after chance and not really taking it serious, and she was feeling like, well, I got money coming in from over here, I ain't hurting for it, whatever. Like, meanwhile, the whole time the universe is trying to show her, like, hey, you lack boundaries, you lack self-awareness. These are the areas that you need to be stronger in. And since you're not listening to us and we keep trying to show you these red flags, we're going to make you homeless now. How do you like that? Like, that happens. And people don't view that as karma, but it surely is karma. Karma is neither good or bad, and it's not necessarily a punishment system. It's just about what you put in is what you get back. It's cause and effect. Okay? It's a action and reaction, right? So, you know, what if that would have happened in Dearra? Again, that's why it's important. Everything you go through, understand, life didn't happen to you, it happened for you. So what's the lesson? Because it's going to come up again. Life is literally like being in high school, where you had that teacher and y'all going through the book and they like, okay, now highlight this because it's going to come up again. It's going to be in your test. Same exact shit.
trying to get out of paying the money back that he stole out of the joint account. And the money that he stole from the car too. He's trying to get out of that. He's trying to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, like, I don't have no money. Oh no, Ken, you do have money though. What, right? But Ken got $237,000 as Dearra. They both got $237,000 in 2023, which was just last year, for the real estate sale. So how do you not have the money to help pay back? But just a year before, you got $237,000 on top of the other $290,000 that you walked away in the relationship with. That's over $500,000. So you're telling me in what, 3 years span, you just, what, 4 years span, you just...
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I bought mama that house, cash. I mean, I don't know how it comes to buying houses and shit, but you understand what I'm saying. Bought a house, cash. Bought a car, cash. Taking expensive trips, taking first class. Like, you could do a lot with a little. Imagine what you could do with a lot. Like, especially if you ain't never had it before. You want the best of the best. Nah, bitch, I'm not eating them little crab clusters. Crab in a can, girl. Bring out the king lobster. Okay, wait, McDonald's? No, we ain't doing that. We going to crab house and we getting a lobster, especially for $180. Wait, what you doing? Oh, you add Chipotle, that's where you get your steak from tonight, Taco Bell? No, girl, we flying to Mexico. The flight leaving an hour. Okay, it's possible. Even though he could be lying.
Spend $500,000. You spent $500,000 in 4 years? Are you dead ass serious? Okay, anyways. So here's a summary as to why I took screenshots of the lawsuit as a summary as to why Dearra is filing the lawsuit. So Kim's actions ruined DK4L by cheating multiple times. Hold on. Pulling out the trusty iPad with the stuff that I wanted to read out. So because Walker breached the fiduciary duty to DK4L LLC and his managing member, Taylor Dearra, based on whatever, Taylor is entitled to recover her damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Dearra wants to go to trial and she wants a jury. Literally, she does not care about coming to no agreement. She wants to take it straight to trial. Dearra is coming for your neck. But Dearra wants bread and she wants it now. You're done for. I just want you to know that. But in no event less than $100,000. She wants nothing less than $100,000. That's crazy. Okay. Next, Walker admitted that while
I don't feel like she should get a dime. I don't. If I was the judge, I'm not gonna hold you, and maybe this is why I'm not a judge. But if I was the judge, I would be like, "Here you go. Here's $5,000," or I would give a portion of it for every year that your stupid ass allowed this to creep on by. For every year that your foolish ass decided not to take this seriously enough, or to come for a trial or whatever soon enough, I'm deducting. Because you're going to learn this lesson either way. That's how I would do it. Because I just don't understand. How do we get to this point? How do we get to this point where it's all these years and this nigga was able to offend so many times? But I mean, maybe I'm asking the wrong questions to the wrong person, because this is the same person who stayed with him after he cheated, not once, but multiple times, and then accepted an engagement ring. Like, what are we doing? I feel like we live in a fucking Twilight Zone where if I speak too much about this, then I hate women, I hate black women. Girl. But it's like, are we supposed to be okay with women going out there being abused, being financially abused, getting cheated on, saying yes to a proposal to then get cheated on and abused even more? Like, am I wrong for finding that something's wrong with that, with both people? Like, I'm sorry. Like, yes, there's something wrong with what they're doing, but if you're staying, if you're signing up, and like literally, like it's almost like cheerleader tryouts or like a Broadway play. Like you're literally auditioning for a role in this person's production, in this person's circus. Like, they put out a sign-up sheet and you went and signed your name immediately on a dotted line and said, yeah, this is exactly what I want for my life. And then now, years later, after this person done sucked you dry, and you know that they doing it, but you just keep overlooking it. Or even if you're in court fight and you're not fighting as hard, and then finally you just have enough. Now you're supposed to come and get maximum? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because to me, that almost sounds like somebody who stays with somebody that's beating their ass or done sexually assaulted them, not because they scared to leave, but because it's like, okay, if I just hold out 7 years, I could get this much, but if I hold out 10 years, I could get this much. Like, it's very much given like an Ashley Darby. Like, okay, so we have a prenup that ends at year 5 and it's year 3, and I'm tired of this man already, but I think I could do 2 more years so I could get that money. Like, it outside looking in, it does get strategic like that. Because I'm trying to refuse to believe that women are this dumb. And it's not all, obviously, but it's too many to where it's a problem. And I just want people to be better. And I know my opinion is probably, well, most definitely controversial and extremely far left than what I'm sure everybody else's opinion is going to be. I mean, we all agree, throw his ass in jail. What the fuck is you doing taking money for that long? But then at the same time, can we open up a cell for her? Because why you let that much time go by and I say nothing? I don't know. I just have questions about that.
He still had access to DK4L LLC business account, and after he had already received his agreed upon share of profits, $220, based on an agreement the parties made when they just separated and stopped making new content, Walker willingly, secretly, and unlawfully took money from DK4L LLC's account for the purpose of covering his own personal living expenses, including but not limited to cars, a vast amount of club outings, luxury trips, high-end clothing, and jewelry. After the payout, Walker no longer had the right to take any ownership in the money remaining in the account. Oh, wow. This is embezzlement. This is fraud. This is theft. Like wow, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. Walker's use of the stolen money for his personal living expenses made it unlikely for DK4L LLC and Taylor to recover the money. Walker intentionally took the money from DK4L LLC's account with no intention to putting the money back. This is basically like at the end where they sum up everything, where like basically saying the
Yeah, I feel like it's, and again, I can already tell from her energy, she's very much like team woman, and you cheat on a woman and I'm gonna take the woman's side. Like, okay, I guess I'm the only unbiased person in America, but I guess throw that nigga in jail because you're not going to fuck with my money. But then at the same time, it's just like, I don't like the picture that's being, I mean, at some point, it's just like, okay, regardless of the relationship that was had, this is just what the law is. I totally stand by that. You know, I'm a fair is fair type of person. That's why I try to remain unbiased in every situation. But I don't know. It's just very different than a regular stranger versus it seems like a petty, bad breakup and bad business, bad communication on both parts. And, you know, because all it took was one simple conversation, but y'all can't even be in the same fucking room with each other because both of y'all fucking egos is too big and y'all both sitting here having a dick pissing contest and afraid to sit down and draw shit out in the sand. That's what a real boss does. Y'all both want to play big dog, but y'all don't want to actually get in the room like the big dog and actually sit down and handle big dog business. All of this could have been avoided had they got into a room, sat down with a single loose leaf piece of paper and said, here's a line in the middle. Write down everything you want. I'm going to write down everything I want. And we're not leaving this room until everything that we have joint is now separate. That's all it took. But for whatever reason, they couldn't put their ego and their pride and their feelings and their emotions aside. And so now here we are. You got women siding with her automatically because she got cheated on and she was a damsel in distress and she was such a victim. You got people hating him simply because he got a penis, even though that's the reason they fell in love with him in the first place. But okay, I digress. Because I could have sworn when they was together, everybody was couple goals. Oh my God, you so lucky. You got a good man, Savannah. And now that they broken up, it's yeah. Like, instead of investing into other people's life, we need to start investing into, I don't know, some therapy. I don't know, investing into some life coaching, some growth. I don't know. It just sounds like bad business. Like, this is literally exactly what happened with See the Thing Is podcast. Because y'all communication was fucked up. Y'all didn't sit down and properly, you know, and see the thing is, it got so bad with Bridget and Mandy that they abruptly ended the podcast. And for like the last month, rather than filming together, Bridget took like 2 episodes and Mandy took like 2 episodes, and they brought in a guest co-host because they couldn't even be in the same room as each other, let alone talk to each other. Then they had their lawyers talking to each other, and then it was even more miscommunication. Then other people got involved, like same exact situation. But I'm sorry, like, don't let money now be the most important thing. And oh my God, I'm missing so much money, so I want all of it back. I deserve the maximum. When you let your pride and ego run you away from your money. Huh? I get it. At the end of the day, what's yours is yours. So I don't give a fuck if I'm playing with the toy today, or if my mother bought me that toy 2 years ago and I ain't touched it since. It's still my motherfucking toy. And ain't nobody about to come in my house and steal my toy just because I ain't played with it in 2 years. Bitch, I might decide to tomorrow. I get that. I get that when it comes to the money. However, don't sit and act like it's that big of a deal today as far as I need the maximum and this is all that happened to me. But yet y'all couldn't even come to a common ground and sit down in the same room. And that goes to both of them. Because what we going through, my money is more important. My money was always more important in this relationship. Hell, that's why even if I'm a trophy wife, bitch, that's why I got a side account that I'm pulling from the allowance you give me to save for a rainy day. So just in case I gotta go or you break up with me, I'm covered. Because I can't depend on you to make sure that I'm covered because feelings is involved. And you might try to be petty afterwards. That whole till death do us part, more like till the day comes, till the universe decides. That's what we need to be saying when we get married. Not till death do us part. No, till the wheels fall off, till the universe feels like it's time. You know, because you just never know.
Reason why they're suing all that. Walker's theft caused DK4L LLC account to be underfunded and caused plaintiff Dearra to have to use her personal money to cover the liabilities of DK4L. Walker's actions were the direct and proximate cause of DK4L and LLC's like basically demise, like their whole downfall of things, you know. Walker's theft and refusal to repay the money he stole and refusal to pay his share of DK4L's LLC's tax liabilities, despite multiple opportunities and extended period of time to pay, caused Taylor to file this lawsuit and incur unnecessary litigation expenses. So she was not going to even sue him or really care that much. She just wanted him to pay that little funky ass $11,000. If you would just pay the taxes, bitch, you would not have to be paying her over $100,000. She let you get away with stealing $20,000 from her on top of $80,000. Are you dead ass serious right now? Because Walker's bad faith conducted forced Dearra to file this lawsuit. Dearra asked that the court award her attorney's fees and costs related to the litigation plaintiff Dearra demands a trial by jury on any and all issues triable by a jury. Oh, baby, she wants her money. Oh, she wants her money. And this is public record. Look at it. This is real documents. Yes, I was watching this girl's YouTube. She was reading it. I was reading it too. I took screenshots, right? She demands for jury trial. And yeah, and she prays that the court grants her relief. I am gonna make another video talking about this, like how I feel about the situation. This is crazy. But yeah, that's the tea. Please go watch part 1. This is part 2. Dearra deadass filed a lawsuit against Ken. I just actually cannot believe it. And Ken, you're disgusting. Like, to think that this is what you've been doing.
That she been allowing. But look, I can't hold my tongue no more. I can't. People just gonna think whatever they think of me, but that's just how it is when you're unbiased. Because then it challenges everything that you've been programmed to believe. It challenges all of that, and it just is what it is. But the gagging over, okay. Because see, what kills me, and I don't know this lady personally, so I'm not coming for her personally, but what I'm saying is people will watch this and be gagging in the comments, throw him in jail, then be in the same situation and then be just as much of a dumbass as Dearra was. Make it make sense. I just don't understand how we got to a certain point. I don't. So let's take it on over to the neighborhood talk. Because that was the whole background of it. Go ahead and like this video while I'm finding what we need to see. I don't even know what I played at the beginning.
These bitches is washed. I am the soap and these brands ain't involved. Been saying shit since out in mama's garage. They hate to see that a bitch finally on top. Stop. Keep watching my social media. Changing my Wikipedia. This trendy to the top and tedious. I will stop from video. Who got the trench? Who got the wrench? Who got the weed? And they all going up for me. I'm tryna party, let's get naughty. Twerk your body, work this party. I'm tryna party, let's get naughty. Twerk your body, work this party. How? Who got the trench? Who got the wrench? Who got the weed? And they all going up for me.
Okay, so this was posted, but we really just already went through the background details already, so there's no need for me to read that. You go through the comments. Erica De Niro says whether he was a boyfriend or husband, the outcome and results would not have been different. Cheating and stealing money, husbands do that every day. Lesson of the year, stop treating boyfriends like husbands. I mean, I do agree with that. I agree with both comments, but I definitely agree with this. But and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, y'all focus on the wrong shit. Y'all, I think I think people, because this is part of the problem with like why people be treating their relationship spouses better than they treat friends, because y'all view everything as different. But it's the word relationship for a reason, like friendship, relationship, because you're relating to people in one form or another. Kinship, you're still relating to humans. It's human connection. And because y'all place categories on people, you feel like, oh, this person deserves this treatment and that deserves that. Now, granted, yes, when it comes to certain things, like if we talking about a fuck buddy versus a boyfriend, yeah, maybe you're not going to talk to a fuck buddy 24 hours a day and be sending them on a text, but somebody that you date, and obviously they're going to want to hear from you all day. That's cool. But when it comes to this situation, this isn't about the context of their relationship and whether or not he was a husband versus no, that's people falling for the salaciousness of it or finding the salaciousness within it. Hearing, oh, two people were together and had a joint account and they weren't married. Y'all focusing on the wrong shit. At the end of the day, these are two business partners that were once close, now we're no more, and are moving petty, not communicating well. Because what did I keep saying throughout this entire video? This is a couple that broke up. See, the thing was two women who did not know each other came together to do a podcast, became friends, and then broke up. But same exact situation. So it's like, all the comments is going to just focus on, oh my God, see, this is why my man and this is why yo niggas. It's not about that. It's not about that. This could have been her mother, her uncle, her boss. So take the lesson that's there. Don't just focus on that the headline. So Ken ends up responding.
This really quickly. First of all, good morning. It's too early for this. But anyway, let's go ahead and address a couple of things. Number one, the $40,000 regarding the car. Came to the end agreement after we had a number of conversations about it. You keep the car, we break even on the loan. The car's valued like $43,000. The loan's $40,000. We break even. Boom. Never heard about it since. You got a bill of sale. You got the title to the car, everything. Cool. That was it. Regarding the bank account, again, extensive text messages regarding this. We had a phone call after all our conversations, December 12th at 4 p.m. I think in 2022 this was. Again, this is in text messages. We had a number of conversations on it. People on your team said, hey, you follow this personal income, pay the taxes on it. Cool. Never talked about it since. Everything else, Snapchat, the YouTube videos, whatever. It's like, I thought we moved past this years ago. Let's go ahead and address this really quickly. First of all, good morning. It's too early for this. But anyway, let's go ahead and address a couple of things. Number one, the $40,000 regarding the car. Came to the end agreement after we had a number of conversations about it. You keep the car, we break even on the loan. The car's valued like $43,000. The loan's $40,000. We break even. Boom. Never heard about it since. You got a bill of sale. You got the title to the car, everything. Cool. That was it. Regarding the bank account, again, extensive text messages regarding this. We had a phone call after all our conversations, December 12th at 4 p.m. I think in 2022 this was. Again, this is in text messages. We had a number of conversations on it.
Okay, so Ken responds back to the lawsuit, claims they already settled it. Who told him he could talk to us? Dearra pissed about the pop out with the new girl. Meanwhile, she been hot and that funny looking stud she stole. That's what I want to get to. They made their money together, so it's their money. He ain't steal nothing. That's honestly and truly how I feel too. Like, that's why I keep stressing. Y'all should have sat down with a mediator. But both of y'all dicks was too fucking big. Y'all egos was too fucking big for y'all to be able to put the bullshit aside and come together and have this conversation about the money. So I don't want to hear nothing. I'm sorry. If I was a judge, I would be that strict. Wait, hold on. You waited how long to come and bring this to my courtroom? Oh no, ma'am. I'm sorry. No. So you mean to tell me it's been 7 years that he's allegedly been stealing from you from this joint account that y'all own together, but 7 years and you want $100,000. Oh, no, ma'am. No. See, while I do believe that you are entitled to some money, because again, it was both of your accounts. While I do believe you are entitled to some money, you will not be getting the full 100,000. No, ma'am. No. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. No. Cause see, this is 7 years too late. This is 7 years too late. And maybe if the cheating didn't, send you a sign, maybe if, the proposal, but then him cheating again didn't send you a sign. Maybe if the first time that you saw that he was financially abusing you didn't send you a sign, maybe this will. You asking for $100,000, I don't think that's doable. Again, you are entitled to something, but I don't think that's doable. Okay? You've been going through this for 7 years, actually being a willing participant in this situation for 7 years. So I am going to deduct. Okay, I'm going to deduct 70% off of that 100,000. So yes, I'm sorry, what? What was that, Dearra? No, yes, that's correct. It'll be 30,000 final offer. Take it or leave. Huh? Oh, that's just enough to cover your lawyer fee. Well, ma'am, you had 7 years to prepare for this, apparently. Because what else were you waiting for? That's exactly how the court session with me and her would go. Okay, and then I would look over to Ken and be like, as far as you are literally the scum of the earth. You are whatever, feces, ants, grass, whatever it is that I'm walking on at the bottom of my shoe. And you better be lucky that there is nothing within this case that does not allow me to go ahead and throw your ass in jail right now. But please be warned, sir. I'm on that ass. And next time that I find that you are in my courtroom or any of my peers' courtrooms for anything, we are going to make sure that we come down as hard as we legally can and give you the most maximum penalty that we can within bounds legally. Are we understood, Mr. Kendall? Mr. Dahl, are we understood? Okay, good day. Okay. So how would you like to receive that 30,000 Dearra? Okay, Cashapp? Okay, I figured. Court is dismissed. Because what else is we talking about? What else is going on? What else is going on, girl? Girl, let's take it on over to TikTok real quick. Because I don't want to stay here too long. Let me see. What's her name? Dearra Stud. Because I definitely remember some news about that coming out.
What is it finna play?
Oh, I don't know if that's a boy or girl, but they are cute. I see a mustache. Is that a boy? Or is it a trans man? Oh my God, beautiful. Beautiful. Oof, beautiful. Is that a man? Oh, really cute. Oof.
Dearra felt a lot.
Let me get up off it.
You cannot escape lesbians. You cannot escape lesbians.
At one point in my life, I hated change. Like, it was hard to just. At one point in my life, I hated change. Like, it was hard to just change, get up and do.
I can tell. I can tell. The fact that there is a physical, digital footprint of you saying this, girl, I can tell.
Something different. Right. And so that was completely different than what the norm. Like me having a couple shout out to me branching out alone. Like, yes, I have my, separate Instagram, all of that, but like the majority of it was a couple things. To be, if we've been
like, dang, how do I bring?
I was in my head about it, but like overall, like when it boiled down to it, no, I wasn't.
Do you feel like you're more successful without him now?
I feel like I am bigger.
Yeah, of course. As you should. Look, she's absolutely breathtaking, absolutely gorgeous. And if she truly is over there gay and not being gay for play, good for her. Good for her. You know what I'm saying? I just, like I said, I always just come from the place of what did we learn?
Cannot escape.
What did we learn? And I don't care what anybody said. Okay, we got to get off of this.
Okay, so it's
okay. Let me just close the tab. I don't care what anybody ever says. Okay, yes, I'm going to come down harder on girls and women because I should. We're not enabling over here. Okay, because when you look bad, how I look bad, it's a collective. Okay, so Tough love, baby. Tough love. Very gorgeous girl though, you know, and she's supposed to find fame and live a much more successful life, because the point is that you don't need nobody. You don't need no man. It's all within you, baby. I'm Mary Woman inside of me. Right. So I don't know. Dearra, you better take this old 30K and be happy, girl. And Kendra, next time you show up in this courtroom, bro, that ass going to jail. I don't care. I don't care if it's for a speeding ticket. Lock his ass up, sir. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about all of that down in the comment box below. As if I give up. And definitely make sure that you stream my music as if you give up. Like I said, next week, girl, next week, okay? If you want to hear the preview, if you want to hear some snippets, you can go check out my Instagram, which is literally on screen right under this photo. And yeah, that drops next week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, girl. Oh, patreon.com/Santana, where we watch all of y'all favorite shows. Baddies, Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives, you know, all the shit to the shit. Scandal. Child, not Scandal. I meant to say Squid Game. It's time for me to go. Bye, ho.
Tell you every time I saw on the bed, none of these bitches is touching you.